Assalamu alaikum guys. Sunana Ahmad and I am a forex and crypto trader. So kamar yadda na yi alkawari kwanaki cewa zan fara dropping videos ina a YouTube, duba da yace idan na yi videos na yi dropping a Telegram, wacce shine na saba dropping videos ina, it take times kafin ya gama uploading, and mutane suna ta complaining akan idan suka je yin downloading yana basu matsala, ko kuma idan yayi downloading bayan kwana biyu you have to re-download it again kafin ka iya accessing nashi. So I made a decision that zan fara dropping a YouTube saboda is the best platform da zaka ke uploading videos ɗinka for references and just like an archive wanda kai ma karan kanka time after time zaka ke iya dawowa kana referring back to the videos you do. So Telegram is kind of ban sani ba ko maybe network ne, but then idan ka yi dropping videos, especially top down analysis videos ɗin da nake yi, it's usually long and it consumes a lot of data during upload. Sannan kuma wanda suke da access to my Telegram, idan za ka yi downloading ɗinsa, maybe idan ka samu ma ka yi downloading ɗinsa bayan kwana biyu you have to re-download it again, which doesn't make sense. But in YouTube, duk sanda ka zo kan video you don't even have to download it, you can just watch and pass. And you can also download it for offline purposes idan za ka yi accessing ɗin shi any other time. So I decided YouTube is the best place for me to be doing, and it will be in the form of kamar journaling. It's duk sanda na yi analysis irin especially top down analysis haka, I can just post it on my YouTube page, and any other time da nake so na yi amfani da shi as a form of reference I can easily come back to it. So kamar yacce kuka sani, I am a USD trader. Most pairs ɗin da nake trading are USD pairs, like Euro USD, one of my best pair, gold, I also trade gold, da BTC kuma. So having that in mind, idan za ka yi trading ɗin, idan kana trading ɗin USD pairs, dole za ka ke yin analyzing ɗin DXY domin ganin direction ɗin da DXY yake, saboda it's inversely correlated to USD pairs. So duk sanda na yi analysis, especially top down analysis haka, ina farawa ne da DXY, banda kwana biyun nan dai ina ɗan haɗawa da US oil saboda shi yake influencing ɗin gold, but I pay more attention to dollar index. So yau zan fara da DXY kenan. So me yasa zan fara da monthly time frame? Duba da yacce today is 30th of this current month, which means kuma muna cikin weekend ne, today is Saturday 30th. So therefore the monthly candle has like automatically close today or tomorrow Sunday. Yeah. So Monday idan market zai buɗe ne da sabon monthly candle. So kun san yadda muke yi, every time a new monthly candle will open, we have to reanalyze again from the monthly time frame domin ganin me previous month yayi, sannan kuma me previous months with the S suka yi, sannan kuma currently ina muke, sannan kuma me muke expecting the next monthly candle zai yi. Having that in mind, wannan shine structure ɗin monthly time frame, kuma kamar yacce duk wanda ya san ni, I take structure to be very important in term of trading kenan. So whatever time frame da na yi dropping, I will like reanalyze the structure na gani, saboda structure ne zai baka fahimtan ina market ya baro, ina market yake currently, sannan kuma ina market zai je, which is very important. Where are we coming from? Where are we currently? And where are we heading to? Very important in term of what? Structure wise. So menene structure ɗin monthly time frame ɗin nan yake badawa? In my point of view, market ya bada impulsive movement ne, sannan yayi correcting ko kuma in ce yayi retracing sai yayi consolidation. Ya ƙara bada impulsive movement to the upside, respecting this high, yayi correcting ko kuma in ce yayi retracing sai yayi me? Sai yayi consolidation. Wannan kaɗai idan kai understanding ɗin market, ya kamata ka gane me market yake ƙoƙarin yi, right? So let's assume we are in uptrend, market sai ba da wannan last impulsive movement din, creating the all time high, ko kuma in ce high of the range, let's use range, sai ya pull back, sai ya consolidating. So idan market is still in the uptrend, ya kamata ne ya ƙara yin impulsive movement ya cire wannan high ɗin nan for continuation ko, but impulsive movement ɗin da aka samu sai ya yi respecting ɗin wannan high ɗin, da ya respecting ɗin high ɗin nan sai ya zo below the consolidation, sai ya yi me, sai ya ƙara wani accumulation kuma. So bara na tsaya a wajen nan na yi explaining wani abu. Market as far as I'm concerned, right, yana da stage guda uku ne wanda yake moving a tsakaninsu. Is either market zai yi impulsive movement, na ɗaya kenan, ko kuma ya yi retracing, ko kuma yana retracing currently, na biyu kenan, ko kuma yana accumulating which is consolidation, na huɗu kenan, ko kuma zai yi reversing. Phase guda huɗu ne wanda market ke da shi as far as me personally I'm concerned. Is either in zo kasuwa na ga market yana impulsive movement, ko kuma na gan shi yana retracing, ko kuma yana pull back for continuation, ko kuma yana accumulating, ko kuma yana me, reversing. Phase uku kenan, phase huɗu kenan I mean, sorry. So market ya bada impulsive movement a wajen nan. Normally, usually impulsive movement yana following ne da accumulation, ko kuma a little bit of consolidation for either continuation ko kuma ya yi reversing. Idan ka ga market yana consolidating, abu biyu zai iya faruwa bayan consolidating: ko ya ci gaba da trend ɗin da yake ciki, which in this case maybe uptrend kenan, ko kuma ya yi reversing completely, ya canza trend. Two case scenario kenan. Is either zai ci gaba da like trend ɗin da yake ciki, ko kuma zai yi reversing. Abu biyu da zai iya faruwa kenan. So in this case, bayan market ya yi consolidating a wajen nan, this is a monthly time frame, sai ya bada Judas swing, ya yi sweeping ɗin wannan highs ɗin wannan consolidation ɗin, sai ya yi me, sai ya pull back immediately. Kun ga aggressive in, aggressive out, sai ya ci gaba da consolidating a wajen nan. So currently muna a cikin me, accumulation ne. Me zai iya faruwa, me muke expecting, me ni personally nake expecting market ɗin nan zai iya yi? Abu biyu ne. Market ɗin nan zai iya me, zai iya ƙara bada wani Judas swing hakan nan, haka impulsive move, sai ya yi correcting, sai ya zo ya bada wani accumulation a wajen nan. Duba da yanda me, abinda market ya yi ta yi kenan for a while. Idan ka kula za ka ga da market ya bada wannan impulsive movement ɗin, sai ya yi correcting a wajen nan, sai impulsive movement ɗin nan ya zo ya yi filling ɗin wannan imbalance ɗin nan da ke wajen nan, there is an imbalance a wajen nan. Daga wannan week ɗin zuwa nan area ɗin, imbalance ne, ko kuma ka kira shi da me, inversion fair value gap. So da market ya bada wannan accumulation ɗin, sai ya yi filling ɗin wannan imbalance ɗin da ke sama accumulation ɗin. Kun gani ya yi sweeping ɗin buy side ɗin wannan accumulation ɗin, sai ya yi tapping ɗin fair value gap, sai ya yi dropping aggressively. Yanzu yana accumulation, the same thing that happens here. So in my point of view, zai yi me, zai bada impulsive movement, ya yi filling ɗin wannan imbalance ɗin, ko kuma wannan imbalance ɗin kafin ya yi me, ya yi dropping, sai ya yi accumulating kuma. Wannan shi ne perception, ko kuma wannan expectation ɗin da nake da shi ma market. Simple, babu wani like complication. Like we try as much as possible to me simplify abin da muke yi a kasuwa. Duba da ba lallai market ya yi abin da muke so ba, amma me, ya zamana cewa kana da expectation, ya zamana cewa kana da like narrative, abin da kake expecting cewa okay, ga abin da nake jira ya faru kafin market ya yi kaza. So ni abin da nake expecting ke ga a GXY, that market zai yi impulsive move zuwa cikin wannan area ɗin, sai ya yi me, sai ya yi pull back immediately, sai ya yi accumulating a wajen nan. But wannan ba shi ne abin da zan ce zan yi trading ba, ko kuma ba zan ce zan jira market har sai ya zo nan kafin na fara selling ba, duba da inda muna a downtrend ne as far as I'm concerned, a higher time frames kenan. But I want to see market gravitate to this area, and duba da yanda a monthly time frame muke, ba zan zauna in jira har sai market ya zo wajen nan kafin na fara selling ko kuma nan wajen ba. Zan bi market ne. So currently I'm in short term bullish, har sai market ya zo wajen nan before I start considering sell, ko kuma na ga ya market zai yi reacting to this area. Idan market ya yi respecting area ɗin nan, fine, then we start looking for sales. In ya bada structural alignment a lower time frame kenan. In kuma bai bada structural alignment ba, then we'll be able to see, we'll be expecting market ya zo ma wannan highs ɗin. Pay attention. I am bullish until market gets to this area or this area, right? Because market ya ci gaba da dumping immediately after this consolidation. Usually idan market zai yi dumping sai yayi sweeping ɗin buy sell liquidity, sannan na zone ɗin da yayi creating, na accumulation ɗin da yayi creating kafin ya fara dumping to the downside. Duba da abinda the same thing ya faru a wajen nan kenan. So if I'm short term bullish a DXY, ina nake expecting market zai zo kafin yayi dropping? Kamar yadda na gaya muku, ina expecting market zai yi filling ɗin wannan imbalance ɗin ko kuma wannan imbalance ɗin. Duk wanda market yayi filling is good for me. I will start looking for structural alignment on the lower time frame before I start selling. So another thing again I need to pay attention to is how market took out. Idan wannan shine draw on liquidity ɗina, menene zai ƙara ban confirmation that market zai zo ma wajen nan? Duba da yanda market yayi sweeping ɗin previous yearly low. Idan muka koma yearly candle, I don't want to go as far as into that. Market yayi sweeping wannan low ɗin nan. This is a very important low. Me yasa nace wannan important low ne? Duba da yanda wannan low ɗin nan as the previous yearly low. Wannan low ɗin nan shine low ɗin da last year yayi creating 2025, yanzu muna a 2026 second quarter. Wannan low ɗin nan shine low ɗin previous year, and market ya zo a cikin year ɗin nan, I think which month kenan? January 2026. Immediately monthly yearly candle ya buɗe na this year kenan 2026, immediately ya zo ma wannan low ɗin nan yayi sweeping ɗinsa, sannan me yayi pull back to the range. Me haka yake nuna ma? Market yana nuna ma yayi taking ɗin sell liquidity a wajen nan, and it is heading towards a buy sell liquidity. Mun san cewa yearly highs and low are liquidity area that market can take as an external liquidity, sannan ya je ma internal liquidity, sannan ya ci gaba da trade ɗinsa. So that makes sense that market yayi taking ɗin wannan low ɗin, something like this, hakan nan. Wannan shine low ɗin, sai market ya zo yayi sweeping ɗinsa. So it will make sense for market to come for this internal liquidity, or this internal liquidity for what? Possible continuation to the downside, period. So abinda nake expecting kenan. That being said, ya nuna min cewa market will like more possibly, there is high possibility for market to come to this gap kenan ko. Another thing again I need to pay attention to on the monthly time frame is this highs. Idan kuka kula da wannan consecutive bearish candle ɗin nan, starting from the November ya bamu bearish candle, wannan December ya bamu bearish candle, sannan January kuma shine ya bamu me manipulation candle ɗinmu da ya zo yayi taking ɗin wannan lows ɗin last year kenan, sannan yayi pulling back within the range. And tunda market yayi taking ɗin low ɗin nan, sai ya koma cikin range, sannan ya ci gaba da accumulation. Wannan is another confluences again. The fact that market ya kulle above this consecutive bearish candle yana nuna ma sign kenan cewa it is willing to come for this or this. Confirmation ne. You call this consecutive bearish candle as an order block ko kuma CISD, immediately market ya kulle above them, above the opening of the consecutive bearish candle. Idan ka gane, if you are an ICT trader, you understand what I am saying. So duba da yanda market ya kulle above that area, sannan ya dawo yayi filling wannan gap ɗin nan, another like confluences again kenan, saboda market yayi treating wajen nan as an external liquidity kenan, ya zo yayi sweeping ɗinsa, sannan ya kulle above. Da ace market bai kulle above ba, zan ce sweep of liquidity ne, market will possibly come for this before going again. Amma market ya kulle as a break of structure a area ɗin nan. This is a break of structure. Market ya kulle da body. So it will make sense for market to fill this gap again before continuing to the upside. So market ya kulle around March kenan ko, March candle ya kulle above this area, sannan April ya yi pulling back to fill this imbalance ko kuma gap nan, sannan May ya yi pulling back shima within the range, and now I'm expecting June to like be an expansion, whether to come for these highs or to come for this. So my first draw on liquidity as a bullish DXY will be these highs, right? Market ya zo ma wa'annan highs ɗin nan, then subsequently ma wannan gap ɗin nan, before deciding. So this is a decisional gap. So a gap ɗin nan market zai deciding either it is going to come for this or it is going to start pulling back from this side. But in any case, currently I don't care how market treat this gap, continuation or bearish. I'm just like going to use this as my draw on liquidity, if that makes sense to you. So duka abin da nake buƙata kenan, bari a yi marking area ɗin nan da kyau on the monthly time frame. abubuwan da nake buƙata kenan, na riga na yi marking ɗin su. I already know that my directional bias is short term bullish until market take out this highs into this fair value gap before deciding. So having that in mind, weekly time frame will also be what? Bullish. I will also be bullish on the weekly time frame until market comes to this area. So if I'm bullish on the weekly time frame, me ya kamata na mai da hankali a kan shi? Ya kamata na mai da hankali a kan yanda market ya yi treating ɗin wannan gap ɗin nan. Kun ga babu wani candle ɗin da ya kulle below the 50% of the gap. Very important. Idan market zai respecting gap, fair value gap, volume gap, me yake da ɗayan sunan shi ma gap ɗin I think guda uku ne ko guda huɗu. Idan market zai yi respecting ɗinsu, za ku ga cewa market at the same time frame da ya creating wannan gap ɗin nan, za ka ga cewa babu candle ɗin da yake kulle below 50% or above 50%, depend on the direction. As I am bullish, ba na so na ga market ya kulle below 50% ɗin nan. So zai nuna min idan market zai yi respecting ɗin gap ɗin, zai nuna min cewa market ba zai kulle below 50% ɗin gap ɗin nan ba for what possible continuation to the upside. So kun ga inda market ya yi respecting ɗin 50% ɗin sannan ya yi pulling back closing above these areas. Idan muka soka lower time frame, za ku ga cewa these are important highs. Market ya kulle as a break of structure a highs ɗin nan. And another thing again shine, bayan market ya yi sweeping wa'annan highs ɗin nan, I believe kun yi understanding wannan structure ɗin na weekly time frame. Idan na yi adjusting ɗin like trend line ɗina zuwa area ɗin nan, za ku ga cewa it's still close as a what? Change of character, ko kuma in ce break of structure a area ɗin nan. Very important, right? So duba da yanda going down to the current price action is that bayan market ya yi respecting wannan fair value gap ɗin sannan ya kulle above this area, so it will make sense for market ya dawo ma what? Internal liquidity for continuation to the upside. Very very simple, ba wani abu bane wanda za ka yi complicating ɗin kanka da shi ba. So idan market ya cire external liquidity, usually za ka ga ya dawo ma internal liquidity, which is either fair value gap or other block, sannan what? For continuation to the upside. So wannan zai zama as far as this range is concerned, this will be a change of character, and now market is currently trying to fill this imbalance for continuation, creating another break of structure and subsequent break of structure, har sai market ya taking ɗin heights ɗin nan da ya zo ma wancan fair value gap ɗin nan, if that makes sense to you. So bara na yi marking ɗin wannan fair value gap ɗin, ku ga yanda market ya zo immediately within the fair value gap, ya yi respecting ɗinsa. Za ku ga cewa market ya yi respecting ɗin 50% ɗin wannan fair value gap ɗin nan. Kun gani market ya yi respecting ɗinsa with precision, sannan kuma ya kulle above wannan candle ɗin nan. So me haka yake nuna ma? Yana nuna ma cewa is some form of CRT a wajen nan, and having this particular candle as a what? Your manipulation candle, as your C2 candle kenan. So it will also make sense that market zai zo ma wannan highs ɗin nan kenan next week kenan, on Monday idan market ya buɗe, market zai zo ma wannan as a CRT highs kenan, sannan kuma ya zo ma wannan fair value gap wannan highs ɗin nan as the buy side liquidity, right? Kun ga yanda komai da komai yake aligning ko? So as far as this range is concerned, wannan mun samu CRT kenan, candle 2 closure kenan, sannan I'm expecting market to come for this high and this high, if that makes sense to you. So I don't know if there is a need for me to go down to daily time frame. Okay, let's assume I decided to go down for the daily time frame. Kun gani market ya zo ma wannan gap ɗin nan, open gap ɗin nan, sannan ya yi filling wannan ɗin inversion fair value gap ɗin nan, fair value gap ɗin nan, sannan me still mun ƙara samun another candle 2 closure kuma a daily time frame. Kun gani wannan is a candle 2 closure na daily time frame, and this is also the high. So there is nothing I'll be expecting next week other than what? A bullish weekly. I'm expecting a bullish weekly candle, and I'm also expecting Monday to close as a bullish candle. If Monday closes as a bullish candle, that is another confluence, is that what? Price has already what? Finished the downtrend, as far as this range is concerned, this highs to this low is concerned. Idan Monday ya kulle bullish, then it's another confluence, is that market will come for this particular high and also this high, if that makes sense to you kenan. So tunda weekly focus ne, I think I'm going to stop here on the DXY. On Monday zan ƙara yin another breakdown kenan. Zan tura shi a Telegram group ɗina. If you are in my Telegram group, za ka gani but wannan video din I think in particular zan tura shi ne a YouTube page ina. So if you are not in my YouTube page, zan dropping link, if you are not in my Telegram page, I mean rather, zan yi dropping ɗin link ɗina a ƙasan wannan a video ɗin. You can use that to join my Telegram group, because weekly forecast wannan is very long. I'll be posting that on YouTube, but intraday analysis ina zan ke dropping ɗin shi ne a YouTube Telegram page ina. So from the daily time frame, 4-hour time frame, har zuwa ƙasa zuwa entry and everything, I'll be dropping that in my Telegram page. So having this in mind, we already know that we are short-term bullish on DXY until price come to that fair value gap kenan, which is this fair value gap above taking out this highs kenan. So this is what I have on the daily time frame. So going to Euro USD monthly time frame, we are going to see almost the same thing but inversely. Saboda me Euro USD kamar is inversely correlated to DXY ba. So duk abin da DXY yake yi, shi kuma zai ke yin opposite ɗinsa. If DXY is bullish, Euro USD will be bearish, but price action ɗinsu za ka ga is almost the same. Ta bai kenan ko kuma a juye. Za ku ga cewa wannan impulsive movement ɗin da DXY ya yi on the monthly time frame, kun gansa nan a Euro USD. Market ya bada wannan aggressive ko kuma ce impulsive movement, sai ya pullback, sai ya correction, sai ya dawo, sai ya sweeping lows na impulsive movement din nan, sai me which is the manipulation, sai like aggressive in, aggressive out, sannan yanzu yana consolidation. So market will either what come back and fill this gap for continuation, very bullish kenan. So idan kuka kula za ku ga cewa market ya yi taking ɗin wannan, ya zo ma wannan gap ɗin nan, ya zo ma wannan gap ɗin after accumulation, after this consolidation, after wannan consolidation ɗin da market ya yi for several months, almost a year, kun gan shi nan, market sai ya yi manipulation. Saboda me, dama dole idan market ya yi accumulation, dole za ka samu like sweep ɗin buy side or sell side liquidity. Usually idan market ya yi accumulation, sai first ya yi sweeping ɗin sell side liquidity, to zai je ma buy side liquidity ne, especially idan a trend ɗinsa ne, zai ci gaba da tafiya towards the trend. Idan kuma opposite trend ɗinsa ya yi sweeping, to za ka samu reversal kenan. I think maybe I will make another video to explain that, but wannan tun da top down analysis ne, I think I should just focus on the what I am doing. So market ya zo ma wannan gap ɗin nan, sai ya filling ɗinsa with precision. Kun ga babu wani candle ɗin da ya kulle below 50% ɗin wannan fair value gap ɗin nan. It's also another confirmation that market will reverse, or should I say reverse in this case. So market ya zo ya yi taking ɗin highs in consolidation ɗin, and now yana consolidating a wajen nan. So abin ɗaya da nake expecting shine wannan ya zama mai draw on liquidity ina, just like in DXY. Although muna da gap guda biyu, ga wannan shine extreme gap ɗin, I'm going to focus on this one to be my draw on liquidity kenan. So what I am expecting is to see market pull down into this gap for possible continuation, hakan nan, maybe accumulation a wajen nan, or whatever the market decide to do in that area. But as far as now is concerned, as far as current price action is concerned, I want to see how market come down to this gap, which is also my draw on liquidity. But this is a monthly time frame, mind you. Ba zan zo na a hannuna ina jiran har sai market ya dawo mana ba. I'm going to sell to this area before market decide which direction is going to go. And also idan kuka kula da yanda market ya zo ma wannan supply zone ɗin nan, ko kuma in ce order block a wajen nan, is another confluences that the market will come for this fair value gap. Saboda market yana tafiya ne from internal to external, from external to internal. So having this in mind, I am bearish on Euro USD kenan ko har sai market ya zo ma wannan low ɗin nan. But the short term lows I'm paying attention to are these lows. So my first draw on liquidity will be this low, wannan lows ɗin nan, consecutive equal lows ɗin nan, then fair value gap ɗin nan on the long time period. Sannan kuma idan kuka kula, market ya yi taking ɗin wannan highs ɗin nan as a sweep of liquidity. Kun gani, another confluence that market will most likely come for this, right? Saboda market ya yi sweeping ɗin wannan, ya yi tapping ɗin higher time frame point of interest. Sannan kuma now I'm expecting after this consolidation, I'm expecting market to come for this. I suspect wannan consolidation in the market is due to this geopolitical events in the ke faruwa, the war between Iran, US, and Israel. Yeah, I think shine yake rike price a wajen nan. Investors are kind of skeptic, san direction ba and stuff like that. So on a normal day market ya kamata after tapping into this, sweeping this liquidity, ya kamata ya zo ma wannan aggressively before continuing to the upside or whatever the market will want to do. So on the monthly time frame, I have this as a structure. Sannan kuma idan kuka kula za ku ga cewa a DXY market ya yi kulle ya kulle as a break of structure a wajen nan, ya kulle below this consecutive bullish candle, but on Euro USD bai kulle ba, that's what SMT divergent. So yeah, if you understand. So yanzun nan me muke da shi as a structure, idan kuka kula za ku ga on a weekly time frame after market ya yi sweeping wannan liquidity din nan, I don't know, I'm kind of fast ko bana so video in yayi long ne, too long hakan nan, but then market ya yi sweeping wannan buy side liquidity din sai ya tapping din wannan order block din nan. So menene a mind ɗinka me kake expecting? Wannan ya bamu good, like good market structure, right? Market ya baka haka sai sweeping din highs din wannan area din nan, sai ya tapping din point of interest, sannan ya zo ya baka change of character, because this is the change of character, this area. Immediately market ya kulle below these lows a wajen nan, ya baka mai change of character. So ideally abinda zaka expect is for market to pull above 50% or into the OTE zone of that range. For what? Alignment. For market to align bearish again. For what? Continuation to the downside. Simple. Like abin nan ba shi da wahala idan kai understanding structure and you have a working strategy, you have a working system, everything is going to align. Kawai zaka yi ta ɗauko wannan ne kana haɗawa da wannan, kana ɗauko wannan kana haɗawa da wannan, kafin ka sani ka fitar da abin da kake buƙata. So I already see what I am expecting a wajen nan. Nan area ɗin shine ya zama change of character ɗina. Perfectly right wajen nan. Saboda me? This is the last low that created the break, like the sweep of liquidity, tap into this higher time frame point of interest and reject. This is the last low. Immediately na samu aggressive movement. Look at the aggression. Immediately na samu wannan aggressive movement da ya kulle below this area, na samu mai change of character. The only thing I'm going to wait for is to see how price will come back to above 50% in wannan drop din nan. Wannan drop din nan. Da na ga market ya zo ma wannan above 50% ko kuma OTE zone din, I'll start selling aggressively. Wannan da a ce a lower time frame ne, da already ina cikin kasuwa, but this is a weekly time frame and I'm not a swing trader. I'm not about to start selling on the weekly time frame, right? But then wannan ya nuna min cewa na samu alignment na weekly time frame. Abinda zan yi shine zan ƙara neman daily alignment, sai na nema 4-hour alignment, and from there I'll start looking for my sales. Simple, ba wahala. So weekly time frame ya riga ya yi min aligning bearish, monthly ya yi aligning bearish rather, weekly ma yanzu ya ƙara yin aligning bearish. So yanzu daily alignment zan nema, da 4-hour alignment for me to start selling. So as far as weekly time frame is concerned, na samu change of character and market ya yi pull back into this area, wannan supply zone din nan. I'll just call it supply zone by order block now, because there are a lot of things to order block, there are a lot of criteria that validates a block to be an order block and stuff like that, but I'm not about to start doing it today. So kun ga market ya yi mitigating wannan area din, sannan muka samu massive rejection. So wannan ya nuna min cewa weekly ya aligning bearish, weekly ya dawo ya yi tapping din wannan order supply zone din nan, sannan ya yi aligning bearish. So it will make sense for price after taking out these lows. These are another change of character again a wajen nan. This is a daily change of character, bara na yi marking ɗin shi tun a weekly. Idan muka sauka daily za ku gani abin, it will make sense a wajen. So and market is reacting to this week. Wannan week ɗin akwai yanda ake amfani da week 50% ɗinsa. Kun ga da market ya dawo ma 50% ɗinsa. So babu abin da nake expecting yanzun nan next week is for what? For price to start dropping aggressively. Me yasa na ce ina expecting price ya fara dropping aggressively? Kun gani? Mun samu candle 2 closure a wajen nan shi ma. Do you see how I'm aligning everything? Like if this video is too fast for you, kai slowing down, ka ƙara kallon shi, za ka yi understanding duk abin da nake yi. Ba wani abu bane wanda is complicated, but it's very like straightforward and easy. I don't know if maybe I understand what I am doing, shi yasa. So nan mun samu CRT closure, CRT candle 2 closure a wajen nan. So it will make sense after mitigating this supply zone, this last bullish candle. kun ga da market yayi sweeping lows din nan da body close break sannan ya dawo ma wannan. In muka je zuwa time frame za ku gane. So on the weekly time frame market yayi mitigating area din nan, so it's a possible like it's a confirmation for price to start selling out from this area. I'm not even expecting market here retesting in area din nan again, but then anything can happen. Abinda nake expecting next week shine an open high hakan nan, no close weekly candle period. Abinda nake expecting kenan next week. But let's go down to daily time frame and see what is there, if there's anything at all. Kun gani the same thing again, weekly ya ƙara bamu me, daily ya ƙara bamu me, candle 2 closure a wajen nan. Kun gani market ya je ya retesting gap din nan. As a higher time frame, a weekly time frame is a supply zone market yayi mitigating, amma idan kuka koma weekly daily time frame za ku ga cewa nan wajen is a fair value gap, market yayi mitigating fair value gap, yawwa market yayi mitigating. Bara na cire wannan, yawwa. So kun ga everything makes sense. Nan wajen kun gani mun samu change of character a wajen nan, although it's not very clean and neat, but then it's a change of character a wajen nan, and market ya dawo ma wannan fair value gap din nan. Kun ga da market yayi mitigating din shi sannan me yayi dropping. So abinda nake expecting next week, first confirmation din da nake so na gani is for Monday to close as a bearish candle. Idan Monday ya closing as a bearish candle period, market will come for these lows, market will come for this lows first, draw on liquidity kenan, which is the CRT low kenan da muka samu a weekly time frame, and then market will subsequently come for wa'annan lows din nan, duka wa'annan lows din nan, because their trend line, wannan trend line liquidity ne market zai zo masa and this low again. So this is what I have on Euro USD. So on Euro USD daily. So let's go to gold. Gold zai taking time saboda gold, I don't know, anyways. So ga abinda muke da shi a gold monthly time frame kenan. So gold has been like pushing to the upside for a while. Kamar yadda kuka san gold, dama gold is strongly bullish for the last how many years? For the last 2 to 3 years, gold has been pushing to the upside. So let me refine it to this area and work with this area nan wajen. Kun gani gold yana like ga structure namu, let's mark the structure first. Wannan shine structure high namu, all time high kenan. After market ya bada all time high, see kun san gold reacts very well to fundamentals, right? So gold yana tafiya abin shi sama, sai aka fara wannan war din nan, political events din nan da ya fara faruwa, the war between Iran and US, shine ya influencing gaba ɗaya abin da yasa gold yayi dropping compared to the normal term, that idan akwai war hakan nan gold yana mene, gold yana like flying ne to the upside, saboda me, investors suna sa kuɗin su a safe haven currency, which is gold and sometimes BTC, although BTC is no longer considered as a safe haven currency, I don't know why. But da asali idan akwai tension a kasuwa za ku ga gold yana flying ne compared to what is happening now. I think what is happening now is oil prices shi yake influencing on gold movement. So saboda geopolitical events da aka samu, Iran has access to the Strait of Hormuz and everything. The Strait of Hormuz is a strategic area da mai da waye suke tafiya ta nan. So da aka fara yaƙin nan, I think that it has something to do with Iran closing the Strait of Hormuz. Therefore fuel tanks, fuel ships da suke bi ta wajen nan, they don't have access anymore. So sai yayi influencing din fuel prices ya fara rising, and the more fuel prices yake rising, the more inflation zai ke rising a most of the countries da suke amfani da wannan strait din. And idan inflation yana tashi, za ku ga cewa countries suna like, instead of gold shine reserve wannan ɗinsu, reserve currency nasu, like suna cire kuɗi daga gold. That's the simple explanation. Investors and companies and stuffs like that suna cire kuɗaɗen su da suka yi investing a gold, suna amfani da shi to mitigate the inflation that is happening in the countries. I don't know if I explained this better, because I'm kind of in a hurry, bana so video ɗin nan ya tsayi sosai. But one thing you should know, one thing you should pay attention to is that gold is influenced by fuel price. So as long as fuel prices are rising, gold will be dropping, instead of the conventional way that DXY is influencing gold prices and stuffs like that, any US based currency, ko kuma in ce any currency that has USD in it as a base currency, za ka ga cewa idan DXY yana flying, yana pumping to the upside, za ka ga pair ɗin shi kuma yana dumping. The same thing with gold before kenan. But tun da aka fara war ɗin nan, DXY is no longer influencing gold. Rather, fuel prices are influencing gold. So idan US oil yana rising due to abubuwan da yake faruwa, za ka ga gold yana dumping. Abin da ya jawo crash ɗin gold kenan for the past 3 months, if you understand kenan. So ever since muna zaune ne a cikin wannan highs ɗin nan da wannan low ɗin nan. So idan muka sauka lower time frame, za ku ga yanda price ya zo ya mitigating in wani order block a wajen nan a weekly time frame, sai ya bamu wannan range ɗin. So ever since then, gold has just been in this area. So idan war ɗin nan ya ci gaba a haka yanda muke ciki, I think gold will continue dropping har sai price ya zo ma wannan gap ɗin nan. This is the gap I'm looking at. Idan har ba a samu ceasefire ba kenan, although akwai suspicion ko kuma in ce akwai possibility ɗin da za a iya cikin week ɗin nan ko kuma cikin month ɗin nan da za mu shiga, there is a possibility that there will be a complete ceasefire and the war will end. Therefore, gold zai resuming ɗin bullish price action nasa. But as far as this war continue, gold will possibly come for this low. So that's it on the weekly time frame. On the monthly time frame. So on the weekly time frame, za ku ga cewa wannan area ɗin shine gold ya zo ya mitigating wannan block ɗin nan da ke wajen nan. Immediately da war ɗin ya fara, so gold came for this block a wajen nan, sai ya zo ya mitigating ɗin shi, sai ya bamu wannan low ɗin. So idan aka samu possibility na ceasefire ba, so wannan zai zama possibly ma wannan zai iya zama low of the year, because gold will resume its bullish price action. But idan ba a samu ceasefire ba, then price will come for this low and something like that. Kuma idan kuka kula za ku ga structure ɗin yayi making sense that price came for that area. Nan ne aka samu the last break of structure that makes sense a gold kenan. The last break of structure that makes sense a gold. On the weekly perspective, za ku ga cewa area ɗin nan ne. Wannan is a break of structure on a daily time frame, but on the weekly time frame, this is a break of structure, and it makes sense that price came for it, sweeping this as liquidity. Wannan liquidity ne. So wannan shine last, after market ya bada all time high, we were expecting continuation, sai aka fara war ɗin nan, sai price ya dropping aggressively, ya zo nan wajen, sai ya pull back, sannan ya ƙara dropping, ya zo ya cire wannan low ɗin as inducement, as a liquidity, sai ya tapping ɗin wannan block ɗin. This is an order block. Sai market ya tapping ɗin order block ɗin nan, sai ya yi reversing. So da reversing ɗin da market ya yi reversing, me ya zo mawa? Market ya zo ma wannan highs area ɗin nan, which is very important area. Idan kuka kalla, me yasa na ce ma wannan area ɗin is the last area, is an important area? This is the bearish candle that created the all time high. So it makes sense that market come for the open. And if you have been a price action trader, za ka ga cewa market ya yi amfani da wajen nan as a what? As a demand zone. Ka ga inda market ya mitigating ɗin shi a wajen nan. So after market ya breaking ɗin shi, so it will make sense for market to retest that area again for continuation down. So if this war continues, market will respect these highs. These highs will hold. Wannan highs ɗin nan will hold. If the war continue kenan, duk da ba ma fatan ya ci gaba, but then if the war continue, I'm suspecting markets will come for this low, right, on the weekly time frame kenan. So wannan shine weekly structure ɗin gold kenan. So if you zoom out, za ka ga cewa ever since market ya tapping ɗin wannan area ɗin nan, wannan key level ɗin nan, bara na sa shi as a key level, wanda suke amfani da MSNR za su they understand what I mean. So wa'annan bullish consecutive candles ɗin nan, za ku ga cewa tunda market ya creating low ɗin nan, it has been given a bullish consecutive candle, and this area has been holding price ever since then. Although mun samu wani price action a wajen nan, and it will only make sense on the daily time frame. On the daily time frame. On the weekly time frame, structure ɗin doesn't really make sense sosai. But whatever the case, what am I expecting on the weekly time frame? Let's go down to the daily time frame. Let's see. Okay,
I'm expecting a bearish candle next week, a bearish continuation, except if there's any strong fundamental. If there is no strong fundamental kamar ceasefire, I'm expecting a bearish candle saboda price ya yi sweeping ɗin wannan highs ɗin again, highs of the previous week, although an riga an yi sweeping low ɗinsa, but then it doesn't really like matter. So going down to the daily time frame, uh, za ku ga cewa structure ɗin really makes sense on the daily time frame. I've been monitoring, ina ta monitoring ɗin gold tun like when it's approaching this area, and if you're in my telegram group you already know that. So I called out this gap that anytime that market going below this gap, we will be seeing a what? This is an inversion fair value gap, right? Sai na ce duk sanda muka ga price yayi reacting like yayi breaking ɗin wannan gap ɗin, because this is a strategic gap, right? This is the last gap before market tap into that key level, and da zaran market yayi tapping ɗin cikin key level ɗin nan, which is the kun ga area ɗin, wannan area ɗin ne, sannan kuma yayi aligning da weekly and daily fair value gap, wannan gap ɗin, this is a fair value gap, kun gani? So da zaran market ya zo ya mitigating gap ɗin nan, giving us this as a gap, so market has been what? Kun gani? Market ya yi sweeping ɗin wannan high ɗin. Bara na cire wannan key level ɗin. Let's just use the gap as a what? Our point of reference. So da zaran market ya yi tapping ɗin cikin gap ɗin nan, so this inversion fair value gap will be your what? Important area to pay attention to. So abinda kake so ka gani as your first confirmation is for price to what? Inverse this fair value gap. That's your first confirmation that price will what? Continue to the downside. And another thing again is to see price what? Sit below this area as your change of character. Duka abubuwan nan mun yi shi tare da members ina na telegram group, so there is no need for longer explanation. Sannan me, I never expected price zai dawo ma wannan ya zo ya retesting ɗin wannan gap ɗin, but it did, saboda me, na expecting price zai ci gaba da tafiya ne daga nan wajen continue to the downside, but then lokacin an samu like some kind of ceasefire for a week ne or so, sai price ya yi pumping, sai yakin ya ci gaba, kun san abubuwan da yake ta faruwa dai. So sai market ya dawo ya mitigating gap ɗin nan, sannan ya ci gaba da dumping to the downside, giving us another break of structure. Tunda nan mun samu change of character ne, so nan wajen will be a what? A break of structure a wajen nan. Break of structure. So kun san abin da yake faruwa, idan ka san yadda ake amfani da market structure sosai, za ka gane cewa idan market ya yi breaking structure yana komawa ne mitigating ɗin internal liquidity, which is fair value gap, for what? Possible continuation towards the direction ɗin da yake amfani da shi. So kun ga nan wajen, bayan market ya yi breaking structure, za ku ga cewa nan wajen fair value gap ne, ko kuma an ce BPR saboda ya haɗu da wancan fair value gap ɗin nan. Wannan fair value gap, bullish fair value gap, bearish fair value gap ne a wajen nan, wannan kuma bearish. Nan bullish fair value gap, nan bearish fair value gap, in ka haɗa su ya baka BPR. But then I'm not about to start explaining that. Let's just focus on what is happening here. So wannan fair value gap ne, market ya yi mitigating ɗinsa. Yeah, let me zoom out to it. Market yanzu nan, this last week ɗin da muka fita daga ciki yanzu nan, market ya yi sweeping wa'annan highs ɗin nan, which are also important highs. Kun ga da market ya yi sweeping ɗinsu, sai ya baka me? Sai baka mitigation ɗin, re-mitigation ɗin wannan area ɗin, saboda an yi mitigating ɗin shi da a wajen nan, but market ya dawo ya yi sweeping ɗin wa'annan highs ɗin nan, sai ya yi mitigating ɗinsa, sai ya yi pullback. So za ka iya kiran wannan candle ɗin as a candle 2 closure, ko kuma za ka iya just kira shi as a contraction candle, which is also important. So yanzu abin da nake expecting next week shine in ga Monday ya kulle da bearish candle. Idan Monday ya kulle for the bearish candle, then price will come for this low. Period. Idan Monday ya kulle as bearish, then price will come for this. Idan kuma Monday ya kulle as a bullish above wannan fair value gap ɗin nan, then price will, maybe by then an riga an samu ceasefire kenan. Idan aka yi reaching agreement, saboda yanzu ga ana under negotiation, idan aka yi reaching agreement before Monday, then there is a possibility that the Monday candle will close as a bullish, maybe above the 50% of this fair value gap. Then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday will be a what? Continuation to the upside. But so as long as babu wani strong fundamentals ko kuma babu wani news ɗin ceasefire, then I'm expecting Monday to close as a bearish. And if Monday close as a bearish, then there's a possibility that price will come for this area. So I'm going to stop on the daily time frame also, depending on how the new week price action will open. Mostly, sometimes when I'm trading on Monday, I'm just going to pay attention to how Monday moves. The Monday bani, the abanda Monday bani, then I will reference it to the rest of the week. How can you keep trading, you know? So, but I'm not going to drop the intraday analysis. I don't watch it. I'm just going to drop it on my Telegram group, and my members will benefit from it. If you are not in my Telegram group, you should consider joining. So I don't know. Maybe I should do BTC. Also, BTC is also long, just like the gold. But let me try and do it. Let me try and do it. So on the monthly time frame on BTC, I've been analyzing BTC for a very long, like long time, like 3 months ago. I've been analyzing like BTC and dropping on my Telegram channel. Sannan na yi calling attention ɗinsu zuwa wannan area ɗin. This is the monthly structure ke ga. Although it may not make sense a monthly time frame, maybe on the weekly time frame ya fi making sense, but then this is what I am currently working with on the BTC. Now, son, this is a crazy idea, but then this is what I am seeing. This is what price is showing me. Wani idan ka ce me there is a possibility that BTC zai iya zuwa ma low din nan, zai nuna ma like how BTC is a strong main asset, this and that. There's no way BTC will come for this, but this is what I am seeing. This is what the chart is showing me. So I'm just going to work with it, right? I'm just going to work with it. Wannan low din nan is like a form of inducement for this order block da ke ƙasa, because this is an order block. I'm not going to start explaining why this is an order block, but this is an order block as far as I'm concerned. And there's a possibility that market will come for it. So if I am bearish, I'm bearish on the monthly time frame. Ever since market is creating, yeah, one not dumping them around this area, I've been bearish. Dubada, although I will explain that. So this is a liquidity point that market should come for. Right, idan wannan shine nake kallon market zai iya zuwa mawa, so it will make sense that I am bearish for a very like for a while. After market taking wa'annan lows ɗin nan, I've been bearish ever since then. And duba da yanda January ya zo ya mitigating wannan gap ɗin nan. This is a gap that January mitigated. I know I'm not explaining this very well. I just want to like cut this video. I don't want it to be very long hakan nan sosai, but this is the area, right? So market ya, after market ya bada wannan gap ɗin, ya dropping aggressively, ya koma in January, ko I think it's in January. Yeah, it's in January, because I traded this gap. There's evidence. So market ya mitigating din shi, ya dropping kuma sai ya bada wannan gap ɗin nan. So kamar yadda na gaya muku, market yana moving ne from internal to external. So duk sanda market ya yi creating external liquidity, ya je cire ya creating internal liquidity, ya je cire external, so it will make sense for price ya dawo ya mitigating din wannan internal liquidity din da ya bada, sannan for possible continuation to the direction din da yake a ciki. So this is the structure I have on BTC, and I'm expecting price to come for at least this low. At least kenan price ya zo ma wannan low din nan. Right? So this is the structure I have on BTC. Maybe I'll explain it in details some other times. A video da zan yi na, I think I'll take time to analyze this space individually. Yeah, that will make sense. But as far as now is concerned, this is what I am having. BTC ya zo ya mitigating wannan gap din nan, and idan ka duba, this is another key level again. If you are an MSNR student hakan nan, or trader, you understand. So market ya mitigating wannan favor low gap din and wannan key level din nan, sannan ya bada mai candle 2 closure, because this candle has already closed. Today is 30, and there's this is, I think today is the last day, or tomorrow Sunday is the last day. So before market will open on Monday, candle din ya riga ya kulle, and we already have a candle 2 closure giving us a CRT a wajen nan, CRH. So this is the structure I have as the monthly time frame. So let's go down to the weekly time frame and see what is there. So on the weekly time frame, kunga price ya kulle, yeah, as a strong bearish movement already. Mun fara bearish movement, but although I will want to see markets pull back a little bit above this area before continuation to the downside, saboda bana tunanin ai mitigating din wannan block din nan, wannan supply zone din nan. So this is what we are having on the weekly time frame. There's nothing much on the weekly time frame. Let's go to the daily time frame. And if you are with me for a while, if you have been with me for a while, zaka tuna sanda price yake around this area some days back, na yi calling attention ɗinku zuwa ga wannan, akwai wani ƙaramin gap a wajen nan, na gaya muku cewa any day that price, I think I even have a video on this on my Telegram group. So if you want to join my Telegram group, zan bar link insha Allah for you to join. Sai na gaya muku cewa this gap, tun da price yake wajen nan, na gaya muku cewa any day that price will close below this, inversing this gap, we are going to see an aggressive drop to the downside. And kun gani tun da price yayi inversing wannan gap din, although ya koma ya mitigating area din nan, ya fara dropping aggressively. Kun gani? So structure wise, we have our change of character a wajen nan. We have a change of character a wajen nan. And price has just been dropping ever since. Kunga like this is an efficient price action. Babu wani gap. Kunga da price yake tafiya on the daily time frame. Babu wani gap a wajen nan da price zai iya komawa aggressively ya je ya mitigating. So these highs are no longer important. For price to continue to the downside, these highs should be held. Saboda nan wajen shine break of structure. Although wannan ma break of structure ne. Break of structure ne a wajen nan. Another break of structure a wajen nan. I think I will make another video that will explain all these things in details. So let's just work with this for now. So abin da nake expecting a BTC shine naga BTC ya dawo ya mitigating wannan area din nan that aligns with what fair value gap and a key level a wajen nan. So this is a fair value gap. So what's my expectation on BTC? An samu break of structure and change of character, and then break of structure, and then break of structure a wannan wajen. So after price they breaking one structure, then there is no way price will just continue aggressive to the downside. So I'm expecting price to mitigate one fair value gap then for continuation bearish. Mitigating haka, see zoom on the low then before it's continue to the downside, towards this area, towards one area then. Duka wannan low din nan, I'm expecting BTC ya cire su ya zo ma wannan area din, but as my short term draw on liquidity shine wannan low din nan. So this is what I'm expecting on BTC. So all this space da nake trading, Euro USD, gold da BTC, dukkan su ina aligning din su da other pairs nasu. Kaga kamar Euro USD ina analyzing din GBP USD to Euro USD da GBP USD tare nake analyzing din su, but bana so wannan video din ya zama too extremely long sai sana bar shi a iya Euro USD. Ina analyzing din su, ina neman correlation, cracking correlation kenan, SMT divergent. Gold kuma ina analyzing din silver saboda correlations, cracking correlations, SMT divergent. Shi kuma BTC USD ina analyzing din Ethereum. Za ku ga yanda watchlist ina yake: Ethereum, GBP USD, silver, US oil, BTC, gold, Euro USD and DXY. So da DXY da wannan US oil din nan ina amfani da su ne for references saboda neman me cracking correlations too. So wannan shine tick ɗina a BTC USD. So I will drop my Telegram channel link bio ɗina, ko kuma I will link it to this video saboda duk wanda ke so ya join Telegram group ɗina, you can join. Zan bar TikTok, duka platforms ɗina dai zan bar su a bio ɗina. If you want to join, you can join. So inshallah from now on I'll be dropping weekly forecast. In Allah, every single week zan yi dropping din trade ideas in our weekly forecast ko kuma outlook in a YouTube page. So if you want to watch, you can watch. And again, I'll be doing educational content in Allah that from time to time in a dropping a YouTube page. In also akwai lectures din da nake yi a Telegram group. In if you are my Telegram group, I believe you already know I'm doing like free lectures now from time to time, because to me it makes sense to give back to the community what you have already learned and experienced. I'm not like a pro trader, but I have an experience that I feel like sharing it will make sense to benefit like other people, because I believe most of us mun koyi trading ne a YouTube. Like that's just the basic truth. Even your mentor has to learn one or two in YouTube. kuma ko da ce ka je academy, like even your mentor zai advising ɗinka bayan course ɗin da ka yi a mentorship naka, you should also go back to YouTube and learn one or two again, saboda iya abin da aka koya ma a academy ba zai ishe ka to become a profitable trader ba. Becoming profitable, profitability is something that has to do with experience, right? So as far as I'm concerned, it's a something of experience. Duk abin da aka koya ma idan baka zo na kai growing experience around abin da ka koya ba, you won't go anywhere, and what they teach you in your mentorship will not like be enough for you to become a profitable trader. So that's why I feel like tunda dukan mu ma mun koya ne a YouTube da sauran platform din, it will also make sense to share my own personal experience on on YouTube too. Although my reason for joining YouTube is for these videos that I'm dropping for my communities, but then now it's also making sense that this is something that I have to do. Although I have been trying to like do it for a while, but I don't know, the vibe is not there. There is no like motivation for me to do it. But now I believe I found one motivation for me to start making contents. And is it like not more like of content hacker now, because I'm not a social media person hacker now, but I think it will make sense for me to start dropping educational videos. Yeah, educational videos on YouTube. So whenever I just have like a free time, how can then it's like or doing nothing, I will just try to do one or two videos based on what I have learned or my experiences. Say like posting in a YouTube page, so therefore in the back of following, I don't have much followers on YouTube, so we will try to like uh follow me. Ban san ya YouTube yake, is it follow? Yeah, I think it's follow ko. Subscribe to my channel so that this and I post videos, you'll be able to see notification. And yeah, if you have any question at all, like you drop in a comment and I will try my best to reply ko kuma to make, maybe if it's a recommendation on something that you're finding it's difficult. If I have experience on that thing, inshallah, I will try to do a video or one or two videos I can learn and drop it for people to learn. So that will be the end of the weekly forecast. So I'll stop here.